Okay, here we are. Another day, another Celtics live post game for me. So far, I've been consistent. I am 4 for 4. That makes me if you're doing the math at home, a perfect 100% from the floor doing these post games. I'm hoping to keep that average up. And Celtics get a win tonight despite another terrible third quarter and falling down 17 points. They were able to rally in the fourth and win it 116 to 111 in Indiana, splitting that what they're doing this season, those like mini series. So they take this game 2 of the mini series against Indiana and then are back tomorrow against the John Morant-less Grizzlies in back home in Boston, and they have a long road trip after that. So 116-111 is the final. The Celtics use a 33-17 fourth quarter to get the win because they did what they usually do, which is come out flat in the second half. 37-25 was Indy's advantage in that third quarter. And again, they built a lead up to 17 points. But the Celtics were able to come back in this, and this is what I really want to highlight. He made the first appearance in my 3-up, 3-down of his career. I'm sure there'll be more, but Peyton Pritchard, my alumnus brother from the University of Oregon, had his best game in his very, very young 4-game career so far as a professional and a member of the Celtics. Pritchard came off the bench, played 27 minutes, which is very impressive for a rookie, and was in there at the end. Finished 4 of 8 from the floor, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and the big 10 points, and 1 steal too, and played with a lot of energy and really picked up the Celtics' momentum and their energy after a really lax third quarter. And Pritchard sort of gave the team the shot in the arm they needed to rally and come back and win this game. So a big credit to Pritchard for setting that tone, which is hard for a rookie to do, and he did just that tonight. So I think everybody's got to be really impressed with what you're seeing out of him so far. The numbers may not be eye-popping. He may not, be in contention for Rookie of the Year, but for this team at this time without Kemba Walker, he's filling a big void and he's playing a big role, which you can't really expect out of a lot of rookies. So I think that you can't underestimate how valuable he's been only 4 games in. Very impressive. That seems like it might buck the trend of Danny Ainge's bad late first-round draft picks. The other guy I want to talk about, who was another later first-round draft pick from the Celtics, not as late as Pritchard, was Robert Williams, who I think continues to play fantastic when he is given the appropriate time. Only 11 minutes tonight, which I think was criminally low. He would finish with a plus 10, 8 points, and 5 rebounds, but also finished 4 of 4 from the floor. Plays with big energy. I talked about Pritchard giving the team a shot in the arm. Rob Williams always gives the team the shot in the arm. I think he has outplayed Daniel Tice every time they've both been active. Tice, I said it on Twitter, and I'm not afraid to say it at all. And I liked him a lot last year, and I think he's a good player who tries hard. I think he's regressed. He hasn't looked really good in any of these 4 games. I think that Rob Williams gives the Celtics just a lot more offensively and more defensively. I just like what he brings to the table with his shot blocking ability, his rim running ability. He's long. He gets steals. He mucks things up in the paint. The Celtics don't defend the paint particularly well, but they do when he's in there. And Tice is just too undersized to do it. So I think Rob Williams playing 11 minutes to Daniel Tice's 23 is ridiculous. And I really, really criticize Brad Stevens for not getting Rob Williams in the game more, especially when Indy was going on their run in the third quarter. Got to play the Time Lord more. He's just a better fit for this athletic, young running offense. Jason Tatum had a really good game, probably his best game of the season. He was a very, very efficient 9 of 17 from the floor, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, 4 assists, and plus 19 on the night, which I believe was it was a game high. Those are all-star numbers. So that's sort of what you expect and hope out of Jason Tatum. And he got really going and really cooking in the fourth quarter there to help sort of carry the Celtics over the top. Pritchard sort of set him up, and then Tatum finished off the rest. So important to get back to that 500 mark. Important to not lose 3 games in a row. Important to not drop 2 games to an Indiana team that's going to be in the mix for a similar playoff spot than you. You don't want to give them a tiebreak advantage. Really quick, I want to talk about the Celtics continuing to struggle in the third. This was the third consecutive game where they've been outscored in the third quarter pretty badly. Tonight it was 12 points. This is, a lot of people on Celtics Twitter are saying, these third quarters are sucking, and I'm agreeing with them. And then the Celtics play-by-play guy, Sean Grandy, is saying, no, that's fake news. They were great in the third quarter last year. And he's not wrong. In the regular season, they were really good in the third quarter last year. But then if you dive deeper in the numbers, and if you look on my Twitter, I did it, for the Celtics recently in the third quarter, I'm talking about in the bubble, from the Raptors series on, they have been terrible, just terrible in the third quarter. This has been their recent mix of third quarters. In the Eastern Conference semifinals against Toronto, they were outscored by a net of 40 points. In the Eastern Conference final against Miami, they were better, plus 15. So far on the season, they are minus 23 in the third quarter. And so for the last 17 games, which I think is a fair and good sample size, they're minus 48. I hope I did that math right. I think I did that math right. I used my phone calculator, so there's a good chance I did it right, but there's also a good chance I did it wrong. Point is, they have not been good in the third quarter. That's not fake news anymore. This is a 17-game trend. They need to figure it out. They can't, whatever Brad Stevens saying to them at halftime or whatever energy they're coming out with halftime, they need to do the opposite of that. Not working. You can't fall behind in these third quarters into a big hole and expect to win every time, or expect to even it be close every time. More often than not, is what's going to happen in the Brooklyn series, where a team goes up in the third quarter and then just ends up pounding you the rest of the game. So that's something they need to fix. Fortunately, it's early in the season. There's a lot of time to figure it out. But going forward, I think the important thing for the Celtics is continue to lean on their two scorers, obviously, before Kemba comes back, and Tatum and Brown, and play Rob Williams more, play Tice less, and keep giving Pritchard more minutes. I mean, he's earning it. He's playing better than the wily veteran Jeff Teague. So adjust the rotations and lineup accordingly. I know Brad Stevens is a loyal guy. He really likes Grant Williams. He really likes Daniel Tice. But guys that he doesn't necessarily like as much, I mean, I think he likes Pritchard, but he's still new to the team. Rob Williams, specifically, I'm just going to hammer this home. He's outplaying him. You got to play the guys who are playing better, not the guys you're loyal to. That's the way you win in this league. You can't just, if you just did it on loyalty and you played on who you like the most, then James Harden would never play. And, then we'd see what the Rockets were. So that's all I got for tonight. I guess I'm back tomorrow because, again, I'm so far shooting 100% from the floor. We'll be back with the Memphis game recap, though I am a little disappointed I'm not going to see John Morant because he's one of the most fun players in the league to watch, and we only get to see him as Celtics fans twice a year. Fortunately, I have League Pass, though, so I can see him whenever I want. Hashtag League Pass chill. Hashtag give it to me for free. Thank you to all 227 million watching. I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, social distant, all that good stuff. And see ya.